Hari ini 22 Maret 2016 di Jakarta terjadi sebuah demo yang besar-besaran. But then it turned into a very chaotic riot.
Yeah.
Di mana violence kejadian di mana-mana on every corner of the street. And we're very upset about it that we decided to go on video to rant about it.
Welcome to GenWhy, your daily dose of
These taxi drivers attack those online application-based transportation such as Uber, Grab, and physically attack, not just
And even
verbally
Gojek.
attack.
And even some Gojek and Grab bike. Jadi super taksi dan super angkot ini mereka unhappy because mereka merasa dirugikan dari mereka dengan kehadiran service-service yang kayak Uber dan Grab segala macam. So mereka decided untuk bikin kekacauan di jalan. Even salah satu colleague gue, salah satu teman kerja gue, she's a girl, she was driving alone di jalur lambat di Sudirman, Jakarta. She feel unsafe because she's practically sendirian di situ yang bawa mobil. Di depan dia, kiri kanan, di belakangnya semuanya itu bajai-bajai yang klaksonnya dimainin terus. They were marah because they want to deliver something. They were trying to voice out something. Jadi hari ini chaotic banget because of that, because of those super taksi, those super angkot decided to make it a bloody chaotic, scene di jalan. Jadi
Yeah, that's not the only thing. What I saw is those taxis, they even attack those taxi drivers. Yeah, those taxi drivers that didn't follow the riot. Let's say a taxi driver decided not to follow the riot. These taxi drivers that were on the riot attacked them. They attacked their own friends.
it is their right kalau lu mau go on strike. It is their right kalau lu mau stop nggak narik taksi hari itu. But then it is also their right kalau ada orang yang mau tetap jalanin taksi mereka untuk nyari penumpang, untuk nyari rezeki untuk keluarganya, untuk cari makan. It's their right, and lu nggak bisa maksain apa yang jadi keinginan lu ke super taksi yang masih pengen narik ini kan.
What's wrong here is they crossed the line between a peaceful riot
Yes,
and violence. Once you bring violence into the question,
that's not okay.
you are in the wrong already. I can understand why they're angry. They may be losing business
A
because
lot of
of this.
customers.
Yes, because of this.
Because of the presence of Uber and Grab bike and
Right.
whatever.
It's normal for them to be angry and voice out their opinions. This has happened a lot. When Uber was first internationally released in France was the first country. France taxi drivers, they put a strike.
Mereka marah juga. They disagree with the innovation.
We're not saying these taxi drivers are completely wrong. Yes. They have a keluhan. But then once you step the boundary of peaceful riot and violence, you are wrong. You're giving a hostile atmosphere to the people of the city.
I mean, kalau lu nggak bisa beradaptasi sama perubahan yang terjadi, kenapa lu nggak, join them instead? And I know that sometimes change is scary, that you are trying to enter or fit it into a different atmosphere or a different environment. It is a change that you don't understand, that makes you takut. But then, why don't you just join them instead and benefit from that? Instead of complaining because of your losing customers. It is your job to make something out of it.
It might be hard to join them. We don't know the exact mechanism of joining. It might be like a waiting list just to join them, and they had to wait a long time. But instead of going out there with knives, with swords,
That's so not okay.
attacking people, attacking other drivers, attacking their own taxi drivers, you can come up with a better solution which makes you look good in the citizens' eyes.
To make the customers trust you,
Yeah.
to make the customers use your services.
This is what we should learn. What they should have done, or what they should do, is instead of voicing out with violence, you have to solve things with non-violence. Sorry,
In a very civil
yeah,
manner.
in a very civil manner, whereby negotiate. We're living in the 21st century, whereby non-civil things don't work anymore. Everything is done through negotiation. When you want something, you give your solution. You propose your solution before. Instead of complaining, you propose your solution. See if they agree. If they don't agree, then you continue to build on that solution. And your solution has to be realistic and
Win-win solution for both. Dan kalau your goal is to earn more customers dengan strike ini, karena lu komplain lu nggak dapet customers kan. Terus by you doing this all violent stuff, you get exactly the opposite. Malah nggak ada customers yang mau naik services lagi because they're scared, because they fear something bad will happen to them kalau mereka naik your services, you know. The main driver to your business is trust. If your customer don't trust you, then your business is gone to the dust.
They built this reputation from the bottom till now. And with this one single action, they pull it down to the ground and they just destroyed those reputation. This is not the right way to get what you want. You will never get what you want through this way.
You won't achieve anything through violence, that's for sure.
Look what has happened. What did Ahok tweet just now?
Even bahkan barusan gue baca Ahok nge-tweet bahwa bisnis taksi manapun yang nggak ngehukum oknum-oknum yang menyebabkan violence di jalan, bisnisnya akan dicabut. So it's very contradictory to what they are trying to achieve kan. Mereka mau dapat more customers, mereka mau dapat more business. Sekarang malah mereka di-threaten kalau lu nggak ngurusin orang-orang yang violent ini, mereka izin usahanya akan dicabut. Kan bakal ngerugiin orang-orang yang nggak ikut, you know, nggak ikut violentnya, nggak ikut riotnya kan. What we're trying to say is, kalau lu nggak setuju sama satu hal, you don't like the way things are moving, then it's okay. But what's not okay is if you deliver it with the violent way. We're not okay with that. Especially kita ini negara demokrasi. We all have all the freedom of speech in the world. If you voice out in the right way, I'm sure people will listen to you, people will give sympathy.
I hope in the future, after this video is released, it has been solved correctly.
Yeah, it's been a traumatic day for some people, and I hope it won't happen again in the next few days or in the future.
I hope I got a ride back home. I cannot get a ride back home right now.
Because of you guys.
Okay, so that was our little rant. I'm sorry if we
just feel the need of, you know, rant this out.
This GenWhy signing out. There was a riot involving all the taxi drivers.
Ray, why you look so happy?
Why cannot I always smile? Yeah. What do you think?
I think the video is too long now and I want to close it.
Yeah.
Oh,